Hi, I'm Barbara Niven. Everyone can appreciate this Hancock Moore Somerset cane sofa. You can see its beauty and appeal in every detail. From the hand-carved maple to the superb leather upholstery, this sofa demonstrates exceptional attention to quality and craftsmanship. In terms of luxury, comfort, and serviceability, leather has become the material of choice for the discerning consumer. For example, each and every Hancock Moore chair, like this George III, will exhibit the unique physical characteristics of the hide it's made from. So, no two pieces of furniture will ever be the same. Today, we'll have a rare opportunity to watch master craftspeople at work as they actually create these two pieces of Hancock Moore furniture. Together, we'll visit Hancock Moore's workshops in Hickory, North Carolina, and learn exactly what goes into handcrafting furniture that is, literally, the finest the world has to offer.
It all begins at Hancock Moore's extensive lumber yard, where the wood specialist applies his grading stick to raw timber that has been culled from the finest grades available from renewable sources worldwide. For Hancock Moore, a high-quality frame is the essential foundation and inspiration for the many painstaking processes to come. For example, the legs are seamlessly cut from one solid block of 20-quarter maple or mahogany. Each and every carved detail is fashioned by the imagination and deft hands of a master carver, so that his hand-carved pattern can be perfectly recreated on just a few pieces at a time. Then we sand more than 7 times with ever finer grades of sandpaper. Now, smooth as an eggshell, the frame is sprayed with one of the more than 50 finishes offered in the basic inventory, or to customer specifications. Renewed hand sanding and polishing binds the color deeply into the grain for a superlative final product. Beautifully finished as they are, Hancock Moore also constructs its frames to ensure strength and stability. Components are drilled and held to the frame by double dowels, which are glued and screwed in place to offer maximum durability. Weight-bearing corners are secured with wooden blocks that are similarly glued and then screwed into place. Finally, lag bolts are driven by hand through the center of each block, ensuring exceptional strength and durability. And then there's something we all experience in quite an intimate way, and probably never think about: the springs. Each piece of Hancock Moore furniture lives and dies by how comfortable it is. And that's why, wherever possible, we employ 4 rows of coils, rather than the miserly 3 used by others. It's also why the base is made of solid webbing, stretched as tight as a drum, its resilience tested by each craftsperson after they install it. Beneath go steel bands, crisscrossed and nailed into place to provide the firm spring support customer comfort demands. The springs are fixed directly to this webbing and secured against movement by clinchets. Hancock Moore uses the traditional 8-way hand tie to hold the springs in place from 8 anchor points. This means that the strings are knotted at every point on the springs. Other manufacturers may tie a couple of knots, but mostly they loop. Watch what happens when just one string gives way in that scenario. Sitting on that piece of furniture will never feel the same again. Now our way, where every contact point is knotted. Painless, because you wouldn't have felt a thing, and the integrity of the spring system would remain intact.
These days, in leather, the emphasis is on natural. The less processed the leather is, the more expensive it will be. Leather for the seats in your car, for example, is heavily sanded and coated to maintain a uniform and consistent appearance. But cast your eye for a moment on this splendid hide. It takes up to 5 of these hides, 250 square feet of leather, to cover one Hancock Moore sofa. The quality of leathers is measured in ascending order, from Class 1 through Class 5. These Class 1 leathers are both examples of top grain, The first is called supple Tavera, and the other is Aruba sand. To ensure uniformity of color, they've been sprayed with pigment. Both have been sanded and embossed with a pleasing, natural-looking grain, and are not only durable, but are also easy to clean and maintain. Now next, in Class 2, we see Document Honey and Cavalier Henna. Gorgeous. The light sanding on both is barely noticeable. They've been processed using automated techniques that include surface effects such as two-tone sauvage and distressed. They've also been repeatedly tumbled to achieve a soft texture. Class 3 leathers, such as these, come from that full top grain that represents the very highest quality upholstery leather. They are equestrian claret and luggage meerschaum. The latter has been hand-rubbed after the application of 2 colors. A transparent finish further enhances the inherent beauty of the leather. These 2 splendid leathers, Nabuk Camel and Capri Harness, are among the rarest and most expensive that Hancock Moore offer. They're exceptional examples of Class 4 leathers. They're barely processed, natural leathers. Nabuk Camel, though slightly corrected, comes into its own in highly demanding fashion and style applications, while Capri Harness exemplifies pure or naked leather, which will gain an appealing patina over time. And above and beyond beautiful leathers like these, Hancock Moore is also proud to offer a line of specialty leathers, such as lambskin and deerskin, setting once again industry standards for style and quality. Here we see lambskin claret, deerskin caramel, steer brindle, and 2 uniquely tooled and embossed leathers, Cayman rust and Florentine cognac. Hancock Moore has approximately 500 leathers on hand in a variety of color choices, one of the largest inventories in the industry. Though expensive to maintain, its value to Hancock Moore's customers makes it well worth the cost.
Leather exhibits unique qualities, such as healed scars, neck and fat wrinkles, and insect bites. These hallmarks of the trail contribute to its unique appeal. Here we see Jimmy Moore, who personally selects premium leather for the company's furniture, highlighting blemishes that will not be acceptable for inclusion when the leather is cut prior to sewing. It takes a practiced and creative eye to determine which marks will beautify and add their unique and distinctive qualities to the finished furniture, and which must be cut around. Tufting requires a sure hand and a practiced eye too, as the craftsman penetrates the valuable leather with a long needle, securing buttons in perfect symmetry throughout the chair. He applies years of experience to creating the diamond, which will focus the button within a halo of hand-pleated leather. As the sewing machinist skillfully creates a welt, it emerges as a flawless, leather-bound cord snaking away from the sewing foot in a seemingly unbroken line. Most often in furniture construction, it's a choice between welts or nailhead trim. Their use of both typifies Hancock Moore's attention to detail, which is further characterized by a multitude of shapes and sizes in the brass nailhead trim to choose from. In a brilliant final touch, the upholstery is hand-rubbed to reveal and highlight the color beneath, and then polished to a radiant luster that gives it a distinctive, antiqued appearance. And let's not forget the all-important hang tag that graces every piece of furniture leaving Hancock Moore's workshops. On it, we see the signatures of the craftspeople who have applied their masterful skills to its manufacture, in affirmation that they have put the very best of heart and soul into their work.
Sit on a piece of Hancock Moore furniture. Experience for yourself its unparalleled comfort and style. Experience the confidence that comes from knowing it's been made especially for you. It's rare indeed to find a company that goes so far to ensure the satisfaction of their customers, and which strives every day to be the best in the world by making furniture with honesty, the time-honored way. I'd like to thank you for letting me share this special experience with you.